As a narcissist gets older, their weaknesses begin to show. Ever noticed how narcissists seem to crumble when they're truly challenged? Today, we're diving deep into the world of narcissism and exploring how every flaw of a narcissist becomes glaringly obvious when they face an invincible adversary. This is a critical time for them, often leading to a slow but inevitable decline. As a narcissist gets older, their weaknesses begin to show. Ever noticed how narcissists seem to crumble when they're truly challenged? Today, we're diving deep into the world of narcissism and exploring how every flaw of a narcissist becomes glaringly obvious when they face an invincible adversary. This is a critical time for them, often leading to a slow but inevitable decline. Imagine teenagers embarking on their journeys of self-discovery, full of potential and vigor, contrasting with individuals who, by their mid-20s, haven't found their footing in the workplace. It's a scenario where opportunities are starkly divided. Take Marcus Cicero's lectures in Naperville, for instance. Every Friday, he speaks to seniors about to retire, shedding light on the rampant narcissistic behavior in society. His course, Preparatory Narcissism. From early warning signs to breaking free of the trap and building a new life, offers valuable insights into recognizing and overcoming narcissism. And the best part, it's free. Today, however, we're focusing on a different aspect. Cicero's research highlights how narcissistic tendencies grow stronger with age rather than diminishing. Unlike normal development, where empathy and kindness increase, narcissists often become more controlling, egotistical, and defensive, creating a distorted reality where they are the perpetual hero. In our exploration, we'll reveal 7 red flags that highlight how narcissistic behavior intensifies over time, especially in old age. Understanding these signs is crucial for navigating relationships with narcissists and protecting your own well-being. Before we dive in, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our deep dives into human behavior. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Your insights help build our community. Let's unravel these 7 key signs and understand how narcissists' true colors are exposed when they face insurmountable challenges. Ready? Let's begin. Number 1. Narcissists are always making excuses, yet unable to maintain genuine relationships. Having gone through friendships and love romances, they can never make a real effort to keep the relationship going. As long as they themselves are making the effort to change it, that's fine. But they refuse to accept that everyone else might be wrong, and they be the one with trouble. When something comes to an end, instead of asking why, they bother to find all sorts of inconsistencies with the other person. They may say, "He was too weak for me all this time," or "There's no time for such an insecure person of that sort." What's pitiful is that not even they believe in themselves. They know deep down they are to blame for their ills, so continue to deceive themselves rather than face the truth. The more they do this, the further away from reality they get. And so greater is their disillusionment with any affirmation of blameworthiness or change in attitude. Some narcissists act pretty reasonable at first, and often they are even able to convince you that they really do love you. Yet, when they grow older and power expands in their mind's metaphorical bank accounts, suddenly so do their ambitions. Though at first it may seem he or she is truly interested in forming a loving relationship with you, as he becomes aware of his own success, his style grows increasingly bossy, authoritarian, and vicious. The increase in their self-importance is just killing off whatever love they might have had before. They are beginning to feel that they deserve every good thing under the sun, as if they somehow had earned this right just by living. In reality, however, love no longer exists between people like this. The outcome will only be harmful and wrong. Number 2. Narcissists show conceitedness while refusing to acknowledge weakness. Do you know anyone who is so concerned with how others view them? They have an idealized vision of themselves, which they must always uphold. They are the same as us in any way ever admit their own flaws, their own mortality. In order to compensate, they grow outsized egos that begin to lord it over everyone else. Just like this example, narcissists are gods, and we are mere mortals. What is worse, they actually believe it. In their fantasy world, they are so immersed that they cannot see things as they truly are. All of us human beings have our skills, as well as our shortcomings. However, while they keep raising themselves up to a higher sphere, narcissists compel all the others in practice to follow their lies. They are so ashamed of being human that they are not allowed to experience it. Number 3. They cannot see their own faults. The result: everybody feels pain. A failure in love is our own responsibility. Persons who personify narcissism never turn inwardly to ask, what does my attitude indicate? Can I change it for the better? Indeed. Their thinking instead is, they just couldn't understand me, and their overbearing nature, you are wrong, they are right, is beyond your bearance. Incapable of self-examination or learning from experience is a sign that you do not want to live with anyone who can't grow as they make mistakes. It's also like watching a slow-motion train wreck. Number 4. Narcissists lie about themselves. We all have our secrets, sorrows, pain, and our own crosses to bear. However, a narcissist cannot face up to these problems. They have no self-reflection at all, and a host of actually existing problems simmering beneath the surface turns them unbalanced and angry. It's like watching the hands of a clock inch towards high noon. They don't even know that they're hurting. This is an attitude rather than an act, and one which will only cause more trouble for them in the future. Meanwhile, the rest of us are trying to heal and grow. The contrast is sharp. Any given one of us has our burdens to bear. Number 5. Having a group of people at their beck and call makes them narcissistic heaven-born leaders. You notice that type of person. Whenever he has an opinion to be questioned, all those around him agree. That is the ridiculous thing. This is what narcissism is all about. They are looking for people to control and manipulate behind the scenes. They shun anyone who is not like themselves in the slightest way. People who think differently or express alternative opinions are unacceptable because in these circumstances, the narcissist cannot use them. They want only sycophants to be loyal without independent thought or doubt. These people behave as if any ethnic minority is a threat. They are so obsessed with trying to control other people that they actually limit themselves. Can't they learn and improve themselves? No. Their only ambition is to establish a circle of subordinates who cater to all their needs. Number 6. Narcissists enjoy crapping on others in order to carry themselves high. No matter what you say, your reputation will not stop being under attack. It's narcissism, plain and simple. By causing you to stand on the defensive, they always win. Step by step, you will be made to feel inferior. Discover the great secret reason for all this social disease is that really you are a sinner. Thus, human beings appear immortal while they have no qualms about enjoying themselves at your expense. In an attempt to explain your behavior unprotectable, you're left frantically defending yourself. And the worst part of it all is that they come themselves. I've come to think these ridiculous lies. People are led to believe that they are good mainly because they can get you emotional. This is wrong. Then the question is, who has met someone who will not mature? Age is no ally to people of this sort. They live in their own world and are completely oblivious. Unfortunately, their situation actually worsens with time. all the characteristics of a narcissist become more and more pronounced. They are the type of people who blame others for everything, never accept responsibility themselves, and feel most at ease when surrounded by an audience. For some inscrutable reason, they seem to act as if they were a caricature of their own creation, rather than what they really are. And the most difficult part, they say things that are truly despairing. As you grow older, you may encounter more and more of these individuals, especially as they near the end of their lives. Yet you must keep in mind that it is not your responsibility. What would seem easy for them to grow up and become responsible is not a course they can themselves choose. That can only come from within. You may offer the evidence of your eyes and how it affects you, but do not think that having answered, you will have effected any change upon them. Similarly, you should not allow them to shift the burden for their actions by saying, "That is what you do if you don't like or." Gently Dan. All great things are done for the sake of learning from our mistakes. This is the moment of truth. Don't fret about others. Focus on yourself. These people demonstrate only a false face. Even worse, it will be fruitless no matter how much effort you put into trying to make yourself clear and explain patiently. Therefore, rather than attempting to change someone who never shows the slightest interest in changing, you should focus on improving yourself. You, and only you, can choose your own path. You alone have the ability to linger over memories of wrong or to move forward toward a brighter future. In addition, seeking help or advice from a counselor is nothing to be embarrassed about. Knowing what causes an MMPI test to produce duplicates can help people recognize their responses and clear the record. It may be a terrific chance to gain insight into your current situation, get suggestions for self-improvement, and overcome challenges. You can't change narcissists, but you can apply a bit more effort every day. It's a brand new day today, and an opportunity for a better life awaits us. Now is the time to begin transitioning to the life of your dreams. The healing processes may be continued by us back into a day when we meet again. If you dare do this to a narcissist, they will be very afraid and obey your every command. We all share a natural yearning for recognition, attentive listening, and appreciation as unique individuals. Yet, what happens when this desire for acceptance transforms into an unhealthy obsession with ourselves? When self-absorption reaches a point where we're willing to deceive and harm others in our relentless pursuit of personal desires. Unfortunately, narcissistic behavior embodies this ethical dilemma, and chances are, we've all encountered someone who fits this description. If you've ever been exploited by a narcissist, you understand the profound pain it can cause. However, what if there were a way to shift the dynamics and make them reckon with the consequences of their actions? Let me emphasize, seeking revenge is never a virtuous path to pursue. Nevertheless, there are strategies you can employ to protect yourself and establish healthy boundaries when dealing with a narcissistic individual. Here are 10 effective tactics for navigating the complexities of relationships with narcissists. 1. Harnessing the power of indifference. Ignoring a narcissist can be a powerful strategy, causing discomfort due to their intense focus on self-importance. Employing both direct and indirect forms of indifference, such as not responding to their communications or allowing them to infiltrate your life, can yield beneficial outcomes. By refusing to acknowledge their words and emotions, you dismantle their perceived authority, leaving them feeling powerless, their ultimate fear. 2. Rising above negative criticism. Rise above the negative comments of narcissists and refuse to let them impact your sense of self-worth. Narcissists often derive perverse satisfaction from cynically critiquing others. While it may be challenging to remain impervious to their criticism, especially if your self-esteem is fragile, It is crucial to recognize that their disparagement merely reflects their own deep-seated flaws and insecurities. 3. Cultivating self-assurance and confidence. Develop self-assurance and confidence as a shield against narcissistic individuals. These individuals tend to avoid those who exude self-assuredness and competence. Their strategy involves diminishing others to mask their own shortcomings, seizing every opportunity to criticize in an attempt to assert superiority. As your self-confidence flourishes, their ability to affect or control you diminishes. By questioning their unwarranted self-assurance or sense of superiority, you place them on the defensive, making it considerably more challenging for them to ensnare you. In the intricate dance of dealing with narcissistic individuals, it's crucial to approach with finesse and resilience. The art lies in preserving your emotional well-being while adeptly establishing boundaries. Armed with these strategies, you hold the keys to shield yourself from the detrimental effects of narcissistic manipulation. Moreover, an ingenious way to rattle their ego is to exude your own radiant happiness. The inherently self-centered nature of narcissists makes them averse to witnessing the success and joy of others, as it shifts the spotlight away from their self-absorption. By authentically embracing your own happiness and fulfillment, you signal that their insatiable hunger for attention holds no sway over you. Additionally, defy the urge to seek validation or accolades from a narcissist. Redirect your energy towards people and pursuits that genuinely bring you delight. Recognize that narcissists remain indifferent to your joy, and disturbingly, find satisfaction in your distress. Their callous behavior stems from a desire to elevate their own sense of worth. Refuse to let them dampen your spirits or rob you of happiness. Furthermore, promptly decline their requests without hesitation. Narcissists harbor an unquenchable thirst to be the focal point, and they'll go to great lengths to preserve that status. While the temptation to appease their demands might arise, providing unwarranted attention only fuels their sense of entitlement and perpetuates their self-centered conduct. The most potent countermeasure is to withhold compliance, prioritize your own needs, and dismiss their desires. Once a narcissist realizes they can't extract what they crave from you, they swiftly move on to their next target. As the 6th point, disregard their words. Narcissists frequently prioritize their own needs, employing verbal cruelty to wound your emotions or incite anger. It is crucial to understand that their hurtful words do not reflect your worth. Rather, they manipulate language to deflect their problems and shift blame onto you. Hold on to your inherent superiority, resolutely refusing to let their comments erode your self-perception. Denying them the satisfaction of witnessing your reaction strengthens your resilience. Summon the courage to say no without succumbing to guilt. Narcissists exploit others, reveling in their control and satisfaction of personal desires. They shamelessly instill guilt in their victims, insinuating insufficient efforts to fulfill their happiness. However, you possess the power to defend yourself by uttering a simple no. Do not be burdened by guilt or ensnared by their manipulative traps. Prioritize your well-being, recognizing that narcissists are solely focused on their self-interest. As the 8th point, embrace honesty without apology. When confronted by a narcissist attempting to belittle or undermine your self-worth, it's common to feel anger and the urge to apologize. However, apologizing only reinforces the narcissist's behavior and perpetuates the cycle of humiliation. It implies condoning and validating their inappropriate actions. Never apologize for staying true to yourself, even if it momentarily brings discomfort. Stand firm and refuse to let the narcissist diminish your worth through disagreement. Remember, qualities like respect, love, and kindness are inherent and extend to all, regardless of the narcissist's opinions. Their approval holds no significance. Moving on to the 9th point, confrontation and accountability. Narcissists harbour an inflated sense of superiority, resistant to any form of criticism, even if constructive. It's crucial to address the impact of their actions on others and set firm boundaries. Direct, face-to-face communication is essential to hold narcissists accountable for their behaviour. This approach not only minimizes the harm caused by their behaviour, but also encourages reflection and increased responsibility. Given their skill at manipulation and deflecting blame, narcissists often shift responsibility onto others or external circumstances. Confronting them about their wrongdoings or impoliteness is vital for asserting yourself. Excessive kindness may inadvertently fuel their negative behaviour, and they might avoid situations exposing their insecurities. To thwart manipulation by a narcissist, adhere steadfastly to your principles. The establishment of clear and unyielding boundaries becomes crucial since a narcissist remains indifferent to others' opinions. Despite their initial pleasant demeanour, be vigilant, as they may attempt to exploit you with unwarranted demands or seek undeserved favours. Do not succumb to their tactics. A straightforward no or "I'm sorry, but that is not possible" should suffice. Should a narcissist persist in contacting you or seeking your company, you reserve every right to cease communication or remove yourself from their presence. Narcissists fervently shield their fragile self-esteem by avoiding circumstances that could potentially dismantle their carefully constructed image or subject them to criticism. Their efforts to preserve this facade match their pursuit of societal advancement. To break free from a narcissist's grip, it might be necessary to sever all ties and completely expunge their presence from your life. Remember, establishing firm boundaries and resolutely resisting their demands is the most potent shield against their manipulative tactics. We value your time spent watching this video. If you found it helpful, please consider leaving a comment, giving it a thumbs up, and subscribing to our channel. Your engagement and support are immensely appreciated. As a narcissist gets older, their weaknesses begin to show. Ever noticed how narcissists seem to crumble when they're truly challenged? Today, we're diving deep into the world of narcissism and exploring how every flaw of a narcissist becomes glaringly obvious when they face an invincible adversary. This is a critical time for them, often leading to a slow but inevitable decline. Imagine teenagers embarking on their journeys of self-discovery, full of potential and vigor, contrasting with individuals who, by their mid-20s, haven't found their footing in the workplace. It's a scenario where opportunities are starkly divided. Take Marcus Cicero's lectures in Naperville, for instance. Every Friday, he speaks to seniors about to retire, shedding light on the rampant narcissistic behaviour in society. His course, Preparatory Narcissism. From early warning signs to breaking free of the trap and building a new life, offers valuable insights into recognizing and overcoming narcissism. And the best part, it's free. Today, however, we're focusing on a different aspect. Cicero's research highlights how narcissistic tendencies grow stronger with age rather than diminishing. Unlike normal development, where empathy and kindness increase, narcissists often become more controlling, egotistical, and defensive, creating a distorted reality where they are the perpetual hero. In our exploration, we'll reveal 7 red flags that highlight how narcissistic behavior intensifies over time, especially in old age. Understanding these signs is crucial for navigating relationships with narcissists and protecting your own well-being. Before we dive in, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our deep dives into human behavior. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Your insights help build our community. Let's unravel these 7 key signs and understand how narcissists' true colors are exposed when they face insurmountable challenges. Ready? Let's begin. Number 1. Narcissists are always making excuses, yet unable to maintain genuine relationships. Having gone through friendships and love romances, they can never make a real effort to keep the relationship going. As long as they themselves are making the effort to change it, that's fine. But they refuse to accept that everyone else might be wrong, and they be the one with trouble. When something comes to an end, instead